A very happy Friday to you. It is officially spring. The spring equinox occurred around 7:46 this morning, so we can finally say it is officially spring. And we're still dealing with all of that rain from the atmospheric river that brought so much snow melt to our mountains after we had just feet of that fresh snow. And unfortunately, that snow melt, high snow levels, and more rain causing river flooding, also leading to a very high risk for landslides, debris flows, and that's going to be today and likely through the weekend as well. But we'll have fewer showers over the weekend, low snow levels, thankfully, and it's about time. And thankfully, that will continue into the weekend. Next week, they'll start to come up a little bit, but then they'll fall once again. Now, I will break it all down for you. This is an extended forecast, taking the time to take a deeper dive into the forecast and looking at the cherry trees. So not quite at their peak just yet. This is UW's cam and looking toward the quad there. And you see the wind is making a move around a little bit. They were expected to reach the peak bloom today, actually, but it was pushed back. And you can find a story about it. Meteorologist Leah Pizzetti covered it actually on Thursday, and that's on king5.com. So with all of that, because next week will be a little better, though we'll be on the cooler side, we are expecting more rain. But the bulk of the rain from this atmospheric river is going to fall today, coming to an end. So an additional 1/10 of an inch, maybe up to 1/2 of an inch for the lowlands as well as the coast. Up in the mountains, an additional 1 to 2. But the rain is really going to come to an end by the afternoon for much of us. The flooding will continue, so we'll feel those lasting impacts as well as the landslide and avalanche risk that I mentioned. The wind also going to really pick up once this cold front moves in. It's going to be blustery everywhere, but we'll get some stronger winds through the strait in wake of the front. So here's a look at the rain over the next 5 days. You see we're not totally dry over the weekend, but our rain coverage significantly lower. Most of you are not going to get any precipitation. Monday will be the driest day before we get our next system rolling in Monday night and into Tuesday. And I've talked about the river forecast all morning long, but the difference between this morning's forecast versus last night's forecast, things have changed. And so we have had some more changes to the river forecast and the observations. Most of the rivers are expected to crest later today, if not tomorrow. But the Snohomish at Snohomish and all of them are climbing, but some are going to crest tonight or early Saturday morning in moderate flood stage. Difference is the Snoqualmie near Carnation going to crest later today, but the Snohomish near Monroe in major flood stage, if not by the early afternoon, going to experience that major flooding. It's going to crest tonight, but quickly falling below flood stage tomorrow afternoon sometime. You can find the latest river forecast and the observations on the Northwest River Forecast Center or on water.noaa.gov, and that will bring you the latest, or the National Weather Service as well. And if you're watching this later, these numbers are as of 9 a.m. Let's talk about the 7-day forecast, because again, the rivers will start to recede, and with the drier weather pattern, that will help. But we'll get increasing rain Monday night and into Tuesday, but then after Wednesday, model guidance is showing a drier weather pattern for at least a couple of days. But you see how we're trending colder as well, not substantially colder, but certainly below average for many of us. In fact, a lot of us woke up to the low and mid 50s, which this morning, which is our typical high this time of year. 55 is our typical high for this time of year in Seattle. Here's what's left of that atmospheric river. You see that band of moisture. It's getting pushed to the southeast, so it's going to clear the area. This front is going to usher in drier air, but the atmospheric river is weakening at this point anyway. But I mentioned some gusty winds in wake of this front. So it's going to be gusty for everyone, 20-mile-per-hour gust, maybe 25 for the interior areas. But watch what happens as the front moves through. We're going to get a push of westerly winds through the strait Strait, which would impact the strait and then perhaps Whidbey Island, Everett northward into late tonight. But then the winds will start to die down overnight, still maybe a little breezy, but really the bulk of it, the worst of it would be through the strait near the islands, Whidbey Island, later tonight in wake of that front. And you see the cameras shaking a good bit, looking toward downtown Seattle. It may make you a little on the nauseous side or dizzy because of how it's bouncing around. You can see around Washington, we have all of that snow melt atop Hurricane Ridge. Thankfully, once again, we'll have those lowering snow levels from about 8,000 feet today to about 3,500 feet overnight, but over the weekend, dropping down to about 2,000 feet or so. Just not a lot of moisture in place. But then next week they come up to maybe 4,000 feet or 4,500 feet for Tuesday, but then quickly drop again to about 2,000 feet. So it's just really one day. Here's a look closer. We have all of that rain spreading over the area, as well as the rain shadow just filling in. But again, this is the rest of it. Highs today are going to be in the mid and upper 50s, especially as we wrap up the day. Could get a couple of sun breaks, and that could bump our temperatures up a little bit. But all in all, that colder air will usher in some colder air. So that drier and colder air will lead us to fall into the 30s. For some of us overnight, and tomorrow some of us may not even hit the 50-degree mark. Around 50, maybe 51, 49 for some of the coldest spots in Seattle. But you see, as a whole, we'll have 40s, we'll have low and mid 50s. Some spots could be cooler if we get some of that convergence zone activity setting up in the morning, which models have been hinting at that, and I'll show you in a minute. If not, maybe some low clouds, some sprinkles. So by the afternoon, here's around 3 o'clock, you see most of the rain is coming to an end. Some spotty showers remain, and then we'll get some clearing before sunset. Here's tonight. We have a good bit of cloud cover, maybe some sprinkles, but then could get that convergence zone setting up. It may not be all too strong, but we could get a couple of light snow showers up in the mountains. This is what I was talking about. Here's around 5 o'clock, and you see how Puget Sound, or at least some of the area, covered by some low clouds. So we'll see, but some of you may get sunshine, where some you may be trapped under some low clouds. Then we're going to have a weaker disturbance brushing the area by Saturday night and into Sunday morning. It's not going to be very rich in moisture to tap into, but we'll still get some showers by Sunday morning. So Saturday night and into Sunday morning, maybe a couple of more snow showers over the North Cascades, really. And then into Monday, as I mentioned, we're going to dry things out. And this is what I was talking about. So snow levels start to come up Monday and then into Tuesday, but then by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, they will be lower. Through Sunday, with the passing snow showers up in the mountains, the convergence zone, then that one disturbance. Sunday morning, we could pick up a couple of inches of snow at the passes, more so up in the high passes, and then up at Baker, which is typical. But let's keep it rolling. This is Monday afternoon. I mentioned that it's going to be the drier day, but then we're going to get this low, and it's already being picked up pretty distinctly on the Futurecast. This is a lower resolution model, and it's spinning over the Gulf of Alaska. It will send a front over the area. So again, Monday night and into Tuesday, the timing could definitely change, bringing some of the most widespread rain to the area Tuesday and then tapering off into Wednesday. But then models are also picking up on the potential of some ridging taking hold next Thursday, which, by the way, if you haven't heard, that is opening day. And so for now, we'll keep slight chances of rain in the forecast by then, but it's not looking like it's going to be anything substantial. So today, the warmest day of the next 7 days. We're cooler over the weekend, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning, going to be rather cold. Same for Sunday night and into Monday morning. And then once again, Wednesday night and into Thursday, partly sunny, a high near 53 degrees. Remember, you can always find the latest forecast and extended forecast on King 5 Plus, king5.com, as well as our free King 5 app.